On an island where identity and appearance are synonymous, find out what it's like to wander the sidewalk as two different people. Dan Paul Roberts rides the subway just like any other New Yorker, but his underground jaunts can be a little bit different, as he sometimes enters the car as one person and leaves as another. Dan Paul is a dog walker, a painter, and a singer. He's also a blue-eyed Southern gent who moved to New York 9 months ago. Now he spends his time getting paid to be someone else. Meet Candy. She is Dan Paul's alter ego. A 32-year-old jack of many trades, Dan Paul has been adopting this second persona for 4 years now.
Dating my current boyfriend, Brett, at the time, and he met Candy and he was like, whoa, this is really fun. This is crazy how different you are as this character and how real this character is. Like, it's like a real person, or at least like a real living cartoon.
Dan describes her as a mixture of many women rolled up into one voluptuous concoction.
This character, Candy, even though she feels like a lot of things, a lot of my influences, like my mom and my grandmother and Dolly Parton and Miss Piggy, you know, like all these things kind of wrapped up, it also feels like Candy exists somewhere. Like, she's floating around in the ether, you know, and she's wearing her, like, Marabou house shoes and her big robe or whatever, and I'm sort of the vessel, and I get the vessel ready, and when it's like, I can't half-ass it. I have to, like, it has to be all the way. She's got to have the lashes and the nails and the hair and be skinny. And then when it's kind of up to her standards, then she manifests. And all of a sudden I start talking like this.
Candy is a part of the singing group She Dick, which is comprised of another male drag performer and a woman.
A bunch of friends in Dallas all did drag for Halloween. This was probably like 4 years ago now. And we did it on Halloween for the block party. And I had the idea, what if we started a drag band? How funny would that be? You know, people would be all about it.
When she's not performing as a lead singer, Candy is making guest appearances, such as tending bar at Santo's Party House on the Lower East Side. But there's more to Dan Paul than heels and lashes.
He's very laid back and goofy and very kind and magical. And what he lacks in practicality, I guess, like everyday type of things, he makes up for in, you know, amazing spiritual connections, and his personality is just really unique.
Unique is right. He's a singer. Earlier this year, he debuted an album that is now available on iTunes.
I'm 32 now, and typically when people go into their 30s, life tends to become like maybe a little more predictable, maybe, but maybe a little bit more normal, like a little bit more official and standardized. And my life has become like some kind of surreal dream.
With the childhood dream of being a Disney animator, Dan Paul went on to study art in college and still sells and produces paintings. Recently, his artistic endeavors have seen him designing a She Dick comic book called Galactic Tranny.
Like, the first time I saw a drag queen, I sort of had like almost kind of a contempt for them. You know, I came from a small town in Texas to a larger city in Texas, and drag queens were something that I didn't want to be automatically identified with me just because I was gay, and you know, I was trying really hard to be normal.
But then, when his campus had a charity drag show, Dan Paul decided it would be fun to participate. A few years passed before he would gender bend again, and the personality became larger than he anticipated.
He's an angel. He's like compassionate and kind and loving and passionate and insanely talented. He's got a beautiful soul. and is very determined and very driven, and has like he's just wise, and I don't know, he's amazing.
With so many facets to his personality, who is Dan Paul Roberts?
I'm so grateful for this life I'm living. You know, I wanted an original experience here on this planet, and I am sure as hell getting it.